Fever dub!
Bow, bow, bow.
Dub in the chat. A W. Ha.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. Listen to what Kelsey Mitchell said after the game, and I'm telling you, this wasn't just typical post-game talk. When she called Aari McDonald a blessing in disguise, that was loaded with meaning. This team found their identity through adversity, and they're not looking back. The chemistry, the confidence, the absolute belief they have in each other, that's what championship teams are made of. And when Caitlin Clark comes back to join this group, the league better be ready because the Fever are about to be absolutely unstoppable. This is just the beginning of something special.
The 100 win over Phoenix. Stephanie White called that a big win. They were outstanding. Mitchell,
Come on.
The former Dallas Wing, Natasha Howard.
Nobody was looking for this. We think Kelsey Mitchell's going to shoot, but that is the play to make right there. Nobody in the passing lane.
Aliyah Boston and Natasha Howard just did something that has never been done in WNBA history. Think about that. In 28 years of this league, no two teammates had ever put up those numbers together. Boston with 12 and 11, Howard with 11 and 16 rebounds. That's career-high territory. They dominated the paint like they were playing against high schoolers. This is the kind of front-court dominance that wins championships. And Mitchell, leading the entire league in 20-point games after the All-Star break, this woman is in the zone.
Wins in a row, a season high. Just how have you been able to find that rhythm over this stretch?
I think it's been about, we've had some practices, and I think practicing has definitely tuned us up, fine-tuning as far as the details. We knew before All-Star that, the second half of the season is always about people making adjustments, people finding ways to stop what we have to do. And I think that on us, we try to do a good job of staying locked in at practices and shoot-arounds and all that kind of stuff to be where we need to be.
14 20-point games this season. In her 8th year, she also has a couple of 30s. And Mitchell trains the three.
Now have a little bit of an advantage in the paint, and they need to keep doing that.
That time, Dejanay went for the steal, and Mitchell kept it away from her. Would not have taken that call so gently, shall we say. Now, Kalani Brown was her buffer last year. Is Mitchell all the way to the hole?
So you stick together, communicate on defense. This is a high-octane offensive team.
Beautiful pass. Mitchell was so sure of that. After she passed it, she started running down the other end.
But here's where this story goes from incredible to absolutely legendary. While everyone was focused on the win, the Fever were out there rewriting the record books. We're not talking about one record. We're talking about 4 different franchise records in one single game. The level of dominance they displayed was something we haven't seen in years. This wasn't just a good game. This was a historic performance that'll be talked about for decades.
Game clock almost the same. Carrington, the spin move. No foul call.
Go to the basket here, but you got to go up strong right there. Don't shy away from the defense because they will get out in transition. And Kelsey Mitchell doing what she does. Indiana up in Dallas.
And Chloe Bibby? Don't even get me started on how clutch this woman is. 2 games, that's all it took for her to prove she belonged. Those 3-pointers weren't lucky shots. They were dagger moments that changed the entire momentum. The Fever saw something special and locked her up for the rest of the season after just 2 games. When a coach sees that kind of instant impact, you know you found something special. This is what championship depth looks like.
Finding ways to get wins, and that's going on some scoring bursts. That's being able to rely on multiple players, getting stops when needed, making adjustments and continuing to grow. I mean, this is a group that's been resilient all season long, and I think that we have such quality depth that we can rely on one another, and rely on one another in certain moments.
Stick to your defensive principles. This is an Indiana team that has very nimble on the offensive end.
McDonald from the outside rattles another 3. That's her 3rd of the ball.
Listen to this comeback story. It's absolutely unbelievable. Aari McDonald went from being unemployed in the basketball world to being absolutely essential to a winning team. June 25th, that's the day everything changed. The Fever took a chance on someone nobody else believed in, and she delivered in the most clutch moments. 15 points, 6 assists, running the offense like she's been there for years. This is what happens when talent meets opportunity. Pure magic.
She should have looked up and said, "Oh, aren't you an all-star?" And Cunningham completes it.
That's what Indiana does better than anybody in the WNBA.
Okay, now this is where it gets absolutely insane. You ready for this? The two players who saved the Fever's season, they weren't even wanted by anyone else. Aari McDonald and Chloe Bibby. These names should be legendary after what they pulled off. Think about this. McDonald was sitting at home unsigned, probably wondering if her career was over. Bibby was just trying to get a shot. And now they're making history. This is the kind of story that gives me chills, when underdogs rise up and prove everyone wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing with Aari is that she's dependable, and she's dependable not always for production, but she understands the impact that she can make in the game. And she understands how to do it, starting it on the defensive end, pushing pace, dictating tempo, getting to the rim, creating shots for her teammates, all of those things. And she's got an incredible awareness. And so she understands when she's hot, and she understands when somebody else is hot and how to get them the ball. But I've just been really proud to see her confidence grow in our system and the ownership that she's taking in being that leader on the floor for us.
Now, don't get me wrong, Paige Bueckers came to play. This rookie phenom wasn't about to let the Fever have their moment without a fight. 22 points, showing exactly why she's the future of this league. But here's what's absolutely wild. She was literally carrying the entire Dallas Wings on her back. When your rookie is the only player in double digits, that tells you everything about how dominant Indiana was that night. The pressure was all on Paige, and you know what? That's exactly how champions are born.
I said Boston, the rebound to Mitchell. McDonald splits the D. Bibby, this is where she's good. She can extend the defense, and she's done it.
For that nice jumper.
Bueckers again, another double-digit game, 6 in the quarter. Here's Bibby, launches, buries the 3.
Bibby, don't do it like that.
You signed Chloe Bibby to a rest of season contract today. Just what impressed you about her on that 7 day and those 2 games she played in?
Well, number one, just the way that she fit in right away. She gives us a different look from that forward position with her ability to stretch the floor. And particularly in 2 games where we really needed to create space for AB to go to work inside, she was able to do that for us. She came in and she learned the system right away. It just was such an easy transition, and she's produced.
From the very first second, you could feel the energy shift. This wasn't the same team that people were counting out. This was a squad with something to prove, and they came out like they were playing for their lives. Kelsey Mitchell, she grabbed this team by the collar and said, "Follow me." The way she attacked from the opening tip, that's championship mentality right there. You could see it in their eyes. They weren't just playing basketball, they were making a statement.
Watch the attention Boston gets. Opens up a lot for the guards. Here's Boston. Bueckers had nothing she could do. No, rebound Howard. That's rebound number 9 to go along with her 9 points. Beautiful dish inside to Boston.
What we'll do is share the basketball here. Just a little dump down to Boston.
Hey, Carrington rolls to the hole. Howard with a rejection.
To the basket here, but you got to go up strong right there.
That pass outside to Howard.
Oh,
Boston at the basket, foul on Haley Jones.
It is not a move her out geographically away from the lane to get her off the basket. Tough rebound there.
Geisel shooter's going to come out. Lee Yu-Ru will check in.
Now, here's where everyone got it completely wrong. The so-called experts, the analysts, even some of their own fans were ready to write the obituary for this team. Oh, they're done without Clark, they said. They're just gonna fall apart, they said. But you know what happened instead? They said, hold our drinks, and proceeded to absolutely demolish the competition. This wasn't just about surviving, this was about sending a message to the entire league that the Indiana Fever are not a one-woman show.
The 100 win over Phoenix. Stephanie White called that a big win. They were outstanding. Mitchell,
come on.
The former Dallas Wing, Natasha Howard.
Nobody was looking for this. We think Kelsey Mitchell's going to shoot, but that is the play to make right there. Nobody in the passing lane.
When we get a chance to really put ourselves in a position to, win games, we got to win them. I think any competitor knows that when we say win them, and I think we took some time off. We had a little drop off today, and I think that's what she's talking about. It was inconsistent. I think we could have been a little bit better.
Obviously, Aari, you only joined this team mid-season, officially on a full contract now. Congratulations. But just the impact that Aari has had overall, how do you feel like?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Like, this is our blessing in disguise. We always tell her that we appreciate her. Seriously, our season was all over the place, obviously, with, you know, the people that was on the team, the people that wasn't on the team, injury, you know, Tutu not being around as much with her injuries, and just, you know, it takes a lot for a pro to step up and, you know, be where her feet is and step and fill in shoes that, you know, not a lot of people expect. And I think for Aari, she compliments myself, all the other players so well, because she just gets it as far as knowing where people are, knowing the chemistry. And I think for us to her, we have to make sure that we keep patting her on the back, because this is a big position to fill, and I think that she's doing it unbelievably well. So shout out to you, Aari.
Love it.
Hold up. You think you know what's about to happen here? Think again. The Indiana Fever just pulled off something that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about this league. We're talking about a team that was supposed to collapse without their rookie sensation, but instead, they just rewrote the history books in the most insane way possible. And I'm about to break down exactly how two players who weren't even good enough to make a roster 3 months ago just became the most clutch duo in the WNBA. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be questioning why you ever doubted this team. Let's dive in.
And I asked Kelsey in regards to about this, but Aari, just the impact that she's had for you all this season. What do you like most about what you've seen from her thus far?
No, number one, her energy. I mean, she is, she's an energy giver. She's fast. Her speed changes the game for us. Her ability to get the ball from one end to the other quickly. Her ability to get into players defensively. She changes the game for us in that way. I have continued to be impressed with just how quickly she immersed herself, into our team and fit in right away. She's